buried in the back of your mind lives a creature, a monster, that obeys without ever asking why. This monster, your subconscious, runs your entire existence on a savage code, dictating every action, every mistake, every win or loss you've ever had. Most people don't even realize this monster is there, let alone that it's the one pulling their strings. But a few do, and when they finally see the truth, they transform into something terrifying. They take control. They become their own masters. So let me spell it out for you, because if you're still listening, it's time you saw the whole truth. Your mind, it's a machine, a ruthless, unyielding machine tearing through endless thoughts every single second. But like all machines, it runs on a program. And here's the part that'll gut. You didn't even write that code. Your parents, your culture, the garbage blasted at you from TV screens. They've all been feeding poison into your brain, molding you into a puppet of their design. But imagine if you grabbed that program by the throat and rewrote it. Imagine ripping out the rotten code and replacing it with something that makes you unstoppable. That's right, the limits you think cage you in. They're illusions, chains planted there by a system that never cared about you. And the second you realize that, the entire game changes. You stop being just a pawn and become the damn programmer. But here's the problem. Most people stumble through life with blinders on, getting wrecked by problems they can't even name. They're too busy running some secondhand script that was shoved into their heads long before they could think for themselves. They don't even realize they're being played. That script, your beliefs, your habits, the crap you accept as normal, it's all one massive con. And your subconscious swallows it whole like a starving mutt tearing apart a bone. But here's the brutal truth. That code is rotten. It's packed with bugs, viruses, and glitches, half-truths, broken ideas, twisted conclusions you've been dragging around since childhood. And because it's buried so deep inside your subconscious, you don't even notice how bad it's screwing you over. But the rare few wake up. They see the gears, the wires, the decaying script running their lives, and they say, nah, screw that. They torch the old code and start fresh. These are the outliers, the ones who don't just play the game, but flip the entire board upside down. They smash walls most people can't even see. They rewrite reality itself. But make no mistake, this isn't easy. Reprogramming your own mind is like stepping into a cage fight with yourself. The savage, it's messy, and it's not built for the weak. You've got to dig deeper than you've ever gone before and rip out every ounce of poison that's been chaining you down. You've got to drag your own lies into the light, smash them in the face, and replace them with power that makes you unstoppable. Step 1, wake the hell up. Realize that everything in your life, every belief, every fear, every excuse, is nothing but a line of code. It's only real if you keep feeding it. The second you get that through your skull, you can start tearing into the rotten code that's been running your life. That's when the real unlearning begins. You've been spoon-fed lies, limits, and garbage since the start, and it's time to spit it all out. Every thought that drags you lower, every belief that keeps you chained small, you've got to rip it out and grind it into the dirt. But don't get it twisted. This isn't some quick fix, feel-good self-help nonsense. This is war, and the battleground is your own mind. You've got to stay sharp every single day. Every thought has to be interrogated, every belief challenged, every action aligned with the new code you're building. This is mental warfare, and the fight is inside your head. You're hacking your subconscious, reprogramming it to drive you where you choose to go, not where the old, broken script was dragging you. And here's the brutal truth. The subconscious doesn't give a damn about logic. It doesn't care about your polished reasoning or clever strategies. It bows to only one language, one force, one thing it cannot ignore. Emotion, raw, violent emotion. That's the weapon. When you reprogram your mind, you've got to scorch that new code into your subconscious with the fire of pure feeling. The stronger the emotion, the deeper it carves into your core, hammering belief into unshakable steel. But that's only the beginning. If you want the new code to hold, you've got to back it with action. Bold, ruthless action that screams to your subconscious that you're not playing games. It's not enough to sit in a corner, repeating affirmations and wishing for change. You've got to drag those new beliefs into the world and smash them into reality. And here's the wild part. When you start doing this, everything around you starts to shift. It's like you're twisting reality itself to match your mental script. Opportunities start materializing out of nowhere. Obstacles that once looked like mountains crumble to dust like paper walls. It's as if you've tapped into a hidden current of power, and now the world has no choice but to bow to your new program, but is it real? Are you actually bending the world to your will, or just seeing it through new eyes? The truth? Who the hell cares? Whether it's reality shifting or just your perception, what matters is results. Things are moving. The cycle that's been breaking you is collapsing, and a new one is pulling you straight to the top. They call it the law of attraction, but don't be fooled by the soft label. It's war disguised as magic, and it's dragging you toward dominance. Don't be fooled. This isn't some sugar-coated, self-help fairy tale. It's the brutal mechanics of the mind. Your thoughts ignite your emotions. Your emotions fuel your actions, and your actions carve out your reality. That's the formula, raw and uncut. You're not attracting anything. You're building it brick by brick. So how do you hack this system? How do you tear out the old code at its roots and rewrite it into something that forges you into a juggernaut? You start by realizing this is war. You don't win battles by being polite. You fight tooth and nail for every inch of mental territory, stomping out limiting beliefs and planting stronger ones in their graves. And don't fool yourself. This isn't a one-time switch. Reprogramming your mind is a grind, a war of attrition, fought day after day. It's a relentless fight against the old, comfortable ways of thinking that are always waiting to drag you back down. It takes ruthless discipline, iron persistence, and the guts to push through pain, fear, and doubt. But for the few who endure, the payoff is worth every drop of blood, sweat, and tears. You want to know who dominates this world? It's the ones who've hacked their minds, rewired their inner circuitry for success, and bulldozed through every barrier in their path. They reject limits, they refuse no as an answer, and they sure as hell never let anyone else dictate their script. These people aren't blessed with luck or born with some mythical gene. They're just the ones who mastered the code and turned themselves into the unstoppable. It's the secret the rest of the world is either too blind or too terrified to face. They've tamed the monster inside, seized control of their own minds, and forged their subconscious into a weapon sharp enough to slice through reality itself. Once you reach that stage, there's no turning back. You've rewritten the program, flipped the entire script, and now you're operating on a system designed only for total domination. You've become the engineer of your destiny, the ruler of your fate. You're not just surviving, you're storming through existence like a hurricane, unstoppable, unbreakable, undeniable. So the question stands, are you ready to seize control? Are you ready to hack your own mind, rip out the frail, useless code, and replace it with something that forges you into a beast? Because if the answer is yes, then the time for action is now. The mind won't transform on its own. It waits for you to seize the reins, crack the whip, and ride that monster straight to the summit. This is your call to arms. You're standing on the brink of something massive, something powerful enough to alter your life forever. But the leap is yours to take, the plunge into your own depths yours to embrace, and the new code yours to bring back. A code designed to make you unstoppable. So will you rise? Will you face the challenge? Break the chains and crown yourself the hacker of your own mind? The decision is yours, but the moment is slipping away. Because in this game, hesitation is death, and the only path forward is straight through it. So what's it going to be? Are you ready to seize control and become the master of your own mind? Or will you stay trapped in the same tired cycle, running that same worn-out program until you fade into nothing but a memory? The clock is ticking, and the beast is waiting. The moment to act is not tomorrow, not someday, it's now. They believe I'm hiding in the shadows,